Welcome to the SCIF. Once again, it's just me tonight. Tonight's going to be a relatively short SCIF. Chris is out there still on the tail of Murdoch. Hopefully, he's having some success. Been out of the loop, so I haven't really been able to detail any of that success. Anyways, we are the Green Beret Life. I am Matt. We are a 501c3. We do training, pistol, rifle, shotgun. We do survival, we do land navigation, situational awareness, or any collection of courses that you guys can think of that you'd be interested in. And we can come up with something. If you have a group of people that are interested in taking a mix of our courses or adding something to it, send us an email at info@thegreenberetlife.com and we'll see if we can do it. If it makes sense and we can get to you, it could possibly work out. We use these funds to try to get veterans families, first responders out into the outdoors for outdoor activities. Sometimes that might be shooting, sometimes that's expeditions. It just all depends. So if you're so inclined and you feel like getting involved with some training, or if you're a veteran and want to get involved and come and or first responder and want to do some outdoor stuff, please get a hold of us at you can get get to our website at thegreenberetlife.com, and we'll move on from there. We've had some guests on the last several times, and I basically wanted to talk about the state of affairs today on what's going on. I don't want to keep focusing on it because we live in an age here where there's hyper news outlets 24/7 from all over the place. And we've already sort of established that mainstream news is pretty much a disaster. There are some other outlets out there that I think are better than others, but traditional news outlets that the American patriot would tend to rely on are faltering as well, i.e. Fox News. And we also see big corporations working to cancel other news outlets that have promise, such as OAN, which I think is fantastic. If you haven't already and you're getting rid of cable, you're going to cut the bill, go look at OAN. They have it's temporarily free, but I think it's like $4 a month after that. They've got excellent coverage. We have AT&T and DirecTV, which is owned by AT&T, intentionally getting rid of outlets like OAN and Newsmax. So cut the cable, cut it, and you can get everything streaming now that you need. And unfortunately, with the exception of a handful of people at Fox, Fox is in control of people whose interests are not your interests. They are for big donor interests, big special interests, big business, big war, big pharma, right? It's funny that we're looking at the disaster that has unfolded in East Palestine, Ohio, which is technically a suburb of Pittsburgh, and watching what has happened there and how just no attention whatsoever. And you're looking at this and you're scratching your head, and it's like, what in the hell is going on? Yet we have Buttigieg that shows up a day after Trump, but he shows up at 7 in the morning and then gets the hell out of there. What he's worried about is facing pushback. But you're seeing a country that has ignored, from the federal government level, has ignored people within its borders. And it's an absolute disaster. Yet, nobody is talking about the owners of the railroads on some of our favorite stations, such as Fox. And why do you think that is? Could it be that they're a big-time advertiser? Could it be one of the major shareholders is BlackRock? So they're not going to say a damn thing about the owners because they're pretty much the same hedge funds are involved with a lot of this crap, and they're tied together with organizations within the government, and they do things that are mutually beneficial, right? and that isn't really beneficial for the people. So we're starting out here on YouTube. We've got Odyssey and Rumble up and going. Before I can ever get into conversations on YouTube, I got to be real careful with what I say. YouTube is all about trying to limit what you say, and if you do not toe their particular narrative, you're going to get a strike. And then once you get a strike, what they do is they go into, and I know I'm speaking to the choir here, but for anybody that's new, they'll go into your previous shows and then they'll look and they'll start. And that's why we've taken the majority of our shows off of YouTube. YouTube is a lovely platform. It's very easy to use. It's got a lot of good content on it, but they are really destroying it before our eyes. And the future is going to be Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute. Rumble is making leaps and bounds. I mean, it's not as easy. There's not anywhere near the amount of content as there is on YouTube right now, but it's growing. The gun community channels, they're all getting destroyed right now by YouTube. Political channels, we know, if you're on the patriotic side, I don't even want to say right or left, I want to say the patriotic side of this country have already taken this abuse and they're being forced off. And it's just not a place that if you can't have open conversation and speak freely, right, without worrying about all your work being destroyed or anything along those lines, then what good is the outlet? And that's the way I see it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to transition completely off at some stage. But right now, I would encourage, if you are not a member of the Green Beret Life over at Rumble or Odyssey, please go and join there. Because, like I said, I'm going to cut this off here. And I hate doing it because I know we have people watching. I hate cutting off when people are watching. It's just, I have to really watch what I say. And if I can't tell you the truth, what's the point, right? So for all of those that that joined us here, thank you very much for joining us here. But please, 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 I implore you, please go and join our site over on Rumble and Odyssey. We're under the Green Beret Life on all of them. Okay, so please go over there, and thank you for your support on YouTube. Unfortunately, we just can't stay on. So I'm going to switch this off, and I hope to see those that are watching here over there, and we'll go from there. Thank you.